Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. Before we begin, let me say this honestly. This is not just another English learning video, and I'm not here to pretend that learning English is easy or that there's some magic trick that will make you fluent overnight. That would be a lie. The truth is, most people give up on English, not because they're lazy, but because no one ever showed them the right way. No one ever sat down and explained. This is what really works. This is how people actually become fluent, even if they start from zero. This video is my answer to that problem. If you're tired of watching videos that give you random tips but never change anything, if you're tired of feeling stuck, afraid to speak, unsure of yourself, and constantly translating everything in your head, if you truly want to break free and finally speak English with confidence, clarity, and natural flow, then this video might be the turning point. Because I'm not going to just teach you tips. I'm going to walk you through a mindset shift, a language journey, and a total lifestyle transformation. Step by step. And the best part? You don't need expensive courses. You don't need native speakers. You don't even need perfect grammar. What you need is honest guidance, emotional courage, and the willingness to practice what I show you in this video. Here's what you'll get today. The 10 real tips that fluent speakers use, but most people never talk about. Deep explanations with examples for every level, especially beginners. And most importantly, the mindset to never be afraid of English again. I made this video for the underdogs, for those who failed many times, for those who still dream of speaking English fluently but feel like they're too late, too scared, or too stuck. I want you to watch till the very end, because this is the video I wish someone had made for me when I started. Let's begin. Tip 1. Learn the most common words first, and use them every day like a native speaker. Let me start with a truth no one likes to hear. You don't need 10,000 English words. You only need 1,000. Yes, only 1,000 of the most common words are used in 85 to 90% of daily conversations. That's right. Most English speakers, even native speakers, use the same simple words over and over again. Words like want, need, go, come, take, give, make, time, thing, day, person, feel, know, say, get, like, love, good, bad, more, less. These are called high-frequency words, and they are your first foundation. But here's the mistake most learners make. They write a list of 1,000 words and try to memorize them like a robot. That doesn't work. Here's what actually works. Step 1. Learn words through sentences, not lists. For example, instead, learn. Can I get some water? I'll get ready in 5 minutes. Did you get my message? This is called context learning. Your brain remembers phrases 5 times faster than random words because they have meaning, emotion, and real-life value. Step 2. Use 5 to 10 words daily in speaking. Pick just 5 new words every day. But your job is not to just read them. Your job is to use them in your speaking, even if you're speaking alone. Example. Let's say you learn. Bring, tell, early, clean, ready. Now speak like this. I will bring my bag. Please tell me the answer. I woke up early today. Let me clean the table. I'm getting ready for work. Say these again and again. Say them to your mirror. Say them while walking. Say them while making tea. This is how children learn. And this is how you will train your brain to speak naturally. Step 3. Don't just learn. Live the words. Let the word become part of your daily world. When you wake up, Ask, what do I need today? When you go out, say, let's go to the shop. When you're tired, say, I want to rest. This is how you make English your thinking language, not just your study subject. Don't chase big vocabulary, chase real usage. Even if you master just 500 to 1,000 words and know how to use them in real-life speaking, you will sound confident, clear, and fluent. And the best part? You'll feel like English is not something you learn anymore. It's something you live. Tip 2. Focus on listening. It builds natural fluency, not just words. Let me begin with this question. When a baby is born, does it speak first or listen? The answer is obvious. It listens. For months and months, the baby listens to its parents. It doesn't understand grammar. It doesn't read vocabulary. It doesn't go to school. But still, after 12 to 18 months of listening, the baby speaks. And when it speaks naturally. Not perfectly, but confidently, fluently, emotionally. This is the secret of fluency that no one tells you. Listening is the foundation of speaking. You cannot speak naturally unless you first hear English naturally. You must hear it so much that your brain starts to feel the rhythm, understand the flow, and absorb the structure, without even trying. But most English learners do the opposite. They read books, they write notes, they memorize grammar rules, but they never train their ears, and then they wonder why they can't speak. Let me now show you how to master English listening in the best, most powerful, and easy-to-understand way, especially for beginners. Step 1. Choose the right listening material, not random content. Beginners often listen to the wrong things: fast movies, complicated news, hard podcasts. That's like giving a baby a PhD book. Instead, start with slow English stories, English for beginners on YouTube, motivational videos with clear voice, conversations where people speak slowly and with emotion. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Your goal is not to understand 100%. Your goal is to get used to the sound and structure of English. Think of it like music. At first, you don't know the lyrics, but after hearing the same song 10 times, you start to feel it, remember it, and finally sing it. That's what happens with English too, if you listen daily. Step 2. Listen to one audio video 10 times, not 10 videos once. Let's say you find a video called A Day in My Life, Beginner English Story. It's simple, it's slow, it's understandable. Now do this. Watch it once, just to enjoy. Watch it again. Try to repeat what they say. Third time, pause after every sentence and say it yourself. Fourth time, close your eyes and just listen. Fifth time, write what you understand. Sixth time, listen while walking. Seventh time, copy the speaker's tone and style. Eighth time, speak along with the video like a shadow. Ninth time, explain the video to someone else. 10th time, create your own version of the story in your own words. If you do this with just one video a day, your fluency will explode in 30 days. Because now you're not just listening, you're training, you're absorbing, you're building the brain of a speaker. Step 3. Listen while doing daily activities. Make English a background habit. One of the biggest secrets successful English speakers use is this. They don't find time to learn English. They make English part of their day. Examples. While brushing your teeth, play a short audio. While cooking, listen to an English conversation. While walking, listen to a slow English podcast. While lying in bed, play an English bedtime story. Your brain learns best when it's relaxed. That's why this works like magic. Even if you're not focused 100%, your brain is still hearing the structure, absorbing the rhythm, and building familiarity. Do this every day for 1 month, and you will start thinking in English without trying. Step 4. Repeat sentences you hear, like an actor. Every time you listen to someone say a sentence in English, repeat it out loud like you're in a movie. Let's say the sentence is, "I don't feel like going out today." Now repeat it. First slowly, "I don't feel like going out today." Then normally, "I don't feel like going out today." Then emotionally, "Ugh, I don't feel like going out today." Then make your own sentence. "I don't feel like studying today." Then speak it to a mirror. This one sentence becomes a tool, not just for vocabulary, but for emotion, tone, fluency, and self-expression. Step 5. Don't just listen. Copy the emotion, energy, and flow. English is not just grammar. It's music. It has energy. It has rhythm. It has emotion. When someone says, "Oh my God, that's amazing," don't just understand it. Feel it. Say it. Copy the emotion. This is called shadowing, and it's used by actors, diplomats, and professional language learners. Do this daily, and you will stop sounding robotic and start sounding real. If you listen to English like music, practice it like acting, and absorb it like a child, you will speak English fluently. Not because you memorized rules, but because your brain now understands how English lives and breathes. Remember this, you speak what you hear. So if you don't hear English daily, you'll never speak it freely. But if you turn listening into a habit, if you listen to real English every single day, even for 15 minutes, your tongue will follow your ears. That's the power of listening. Tip 3. Read what you love, and read it out loud, every day. Let me tell you something that most English learners never realize. Reading is not just about understanding English. It's about feeling it, absorbing it, becoming one with it. But here's the catch. Most people read the wrong way. They open a grammar book. They read a boring newspaper article. They try to understand every single word. And when they don't, they feel like failures. That's not reading. That's punishment. Here's the truth. If reading feels like a task, you're doing it wrong. If reading feels like a burden, your brain will never enjoy English. But if reading becomes a pleasure, fluency becomes a side effect. Let's break this down into the most powerful and practical steps for English beginners. Step 1. Don't read what you're supposed to. Read what you love. Forget what your teacher said. Forget what the textbook says. Start with something that excites you. It could be a love story, a motivational blog, a simple English story for kids, English subtitles of your favorite anime or movie, a book about your dream, travel, fashion, cooking, life. Why? Because emotion connects memory. When you feel something, you remember it 5 times faster. So if you read a love story that makes you cry or smile, that English becomes part of your heart. And when English touches your heart, it never leaves your mind. Step 2. Read out loud, even if you're alone. This is where the real magic happens. When you read silently, your brain understands. When you read out loud, your brain learns to speak. Example. Take this short sentence. She walked into the room and smiled. Now read it. First slowly. She walked into the room and smiled. Then with feeling. She walked into the room and smiled. Now imagine the scene and act it out. She walked into the room and smiled. You're not just reading now, you're practicing pronunciation, rhythm, intonation, confidence, imagination. Do this every single day, even just 5 minutes, and your speaking will transform without you even noticing. Step 3. Choose short texts with deep meaning. You don't have to read long books. Even short stories, quotes, or paragraphs can give you powerful language. Example: you are stronger than you think. Success doesn't come overnight. It comes every day, little by little. Mistakes mean you're trying. Trying means you're growing. Read these lines aloud. Copy them in your notebook. Speak them in front of your mirror. This is how you train English into your identity. Step 4. Write a summary in your own words. After reading, close the book and say, "What did I just read?" Now explain it in your own simple English. Even if you make grammar mistakes, it doesn't matter. What matters is that your brain starts turning reading into speaking. Now English is not something you just receive. It's something you create. Step 5. Build your own English voice through reading. Every speaker has a style, and so will you. When you read powerful books, your own English voice becomes powerful. When you read emotional lines, your speaking becomes emotional. When you read real conversations, your speaking becomes natural. Reading is not just input. It's a mirror that reflects who you are becoming as a speaker. If you read what you love, speak it out loud, and make it part of your day, you will not just learn English. You will start thinking and feeling in English. And that's when magic happens. Not because you know every word, but because now English lives in your voice, your emotion, and your confidence. Now let's move to something completely different. Something that will push you outside your comfort zone in the best way possible. Tip 4. Use English in small adventures, not just inside your room. Let me be very honest here. You will never become fluent by only reading books, watching videos, and writing in a notebook. Those things are important. Yes, but they are safe, and real growth never happens in safety. If you want to become fluent, truly fluent, you must use English in real life, with real emotion, in real moments. But here's the good news. You don't need to go to another country. You don't need to speak to a foreigner. You just need to create small English adventures in your daily life. Let me show you exactly how. Step 1. Talk to strangers in simple English. You're at a store? Try, "Excuse me, where can I find the milk?" You're ordering food? Try, "Can I have a coffee, please?" These are small moments, but they are big victories. Because in that moment, your heart beats faster, your brain wakes up, your English becomes alive. And even if you feel nervous, that nervousness is growth. Step 2. Join online English groups or forums. There are free English groups on WhatsApp, Facebook, Reddit, Telegram, language exchange websites. Start small. Write one sentence. Join a conversation. Ask a question. The goal is not perfection. The goal is exposure. Let your brain get used to interaction, not just passive learning. Step 3. Record and share your voice. Publicly. Yes, it sounds scary, but growth begins where fear lives. Record yourself speaking for 30 seconds. "Hi, my name is," and today I learned that mistakes are okay. Post it on a private YouTube channel or a practice group. The first time you'll feel awkward. The second time, nervous. The third time, you'll smile. The fourth time, you'll feel proud. Step 4. Take real-life challenges. Create weekly challenges. This week, I'll speak 3 English sentences to strangers. This week, I'll post 1 English video online. This week, I'll only talk to myself in English while cooking. This week, I'll go to the park and describe everything I see in English. These adventures give your English a real reason to exist. Now, English is not just a language. It's your tool to survive, connect, and grow. Step 5. Create English experiences, not just English practice. Here's a powerful idea. Go on a solo walk, but before you go, tell yourself, "This is my English walk." Now, during the walk, describe everything. The sky is blue. I see 2 kids playing. That man is wearing a red jacket. This is a living classroom. You're not studying English. You're living it. And that's the secret no one teaches. If you keep your English locked inside a notebook, it will die there. But if you take it out into the world, even in small, shaky, broken sentences, your English will start to grow wings. Real fluency doesn't come from study. It comes from courage. Courage to speak. Courage to be wrong. Courage to live your life in English. You don't need to move abroad. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to say, "I will use English in the real world, starting today." And when you do that, English will no longer be a subject. It will become your superpower. Tip 5. Stop being afraid of mistakes. They're your most powerful teacher. Let me start with this. Most people don't fail at English because they're not smart enough. They fail because they're too scared to be seen as wrong. They wait for the perfect sentence. They fear judgment. They're afraid someone will laugh at their grammar or pronunciation. And so, they say nothing. Silence becomes their habit. And silence is the biggest enemy of fluency. But now I want you to imagine something different. Imagine a child learning to speak. A child says, "I go to the park." You don't correct them harshly. You smile. Why? Because you understand. They're trying. And trying is beautiful. But when adults make mistakes, they feel ashamed. They judge themselves. They stop speaking. This is the trap. You treat your mistakes like failures, when they are actually proof of your growth. What if I told you that every fluent speaker made thousands of mistakes? Think of every confident English speaker you admire. Now hear this truth. They made mistakes. They still make mistakes. They just don't care. Because they know fluency doesn't mean perfection. It means freedom. Freedom to express. Freedom to speak without fear. Freedom to say something real, even if it's imperfect. Change your belief. Mistakes equals progress. From today, I want you to change your entire relationship with mistakes. Instead of saying, "I made a mistake," "I'm bad at English," say, "I made a mistake." That means I'm growing. Every mistake is a mirror. It shows you what to improve. It shows you what you've already tried. It shows that you are not sitting quietly. You are moving. Here's a challenge. Take 5 minutes. Say anything in English. Don't worry about grammar. Just speak like a child. For example, "I no go yesterday. I feel happy today. I learn English now. You listen me?" You may laugh, and that's the point. You've broken the fear. You've taken English out of the exam room and into real life. Now you're free. Create a mistake journal. Every time you say something wrong, write it down. Example, "She go to office yesterday." She went to office yesterday. Now use that fixed sentence in 5 new ways. She went to school. He went to sleep. I went home. We went shopping. They went by car. See what you did? You turned one mistake into 5 new strengths. Mistakes are not a problem. They are the price of becoming powerful. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. If you're not speaking, you're not growing. If you're not failing, you're not moving. So fail, fall, fumble, forget, say it wrong, and then rise. Because fluency is not for the perfect. It's for the brave. Now we enter one of the most important, most ignored tips that every beginner needs. Tip 6. Be confident, even when you know very little. Let me tell you something very few teachers will tell you. Fluency is not first about knowledge. It's about confidence. Let me repeat that. Confidence is more important than grammar. Confidence is more powerful than vocabulary. You can have perfect grammar, 1,000 words, and still be silent in front of people. But someone else, with 200 words and broken grammar, can speak like a leader. Why? Because they believe in themselves. And English is not just a language. It's an energy. Why most beginners stay silent? Most learners think, what if I say it wrong? What if they laugh? What if I don't know the word? So they wait. They stay quiet. They keep practicing in private, forever. But here's the painful truth. If you keep waiting until you feel ready, you will wait forever. You don't become confident before you speak. You become confident by speaking, even when you feel unsure. Confidence is a decision, not a skill. Most people think, once I speak fluently, then I'll be confident. But that's backward. The truth is, once I choose confidence, I'll start speaking fluently. It's not about faking. It's about deciding that you have the right to speak, even if your English is broken, even if people laugh, even if your voice shakes. You speak anyway. Here's a daily exercise. Stand in front of a mirror. Look yourself in the eye. Say, my English is not perfect, but I'm proud to speak. Every day I get better. I have something to say, and I will say it. Do this every single day for 30 days. It sounds silly, but it rewires your brain. You stop apologizing for your English. You stop waiting for permission. You start owning your voice. Use your body to boost confidence. Your posture matters. Sit up straight. Smile when you speak. Open your hands. Look people in the eyes. Even if you're scared, act strong. Because your body language tells your brain, I can do this. And when your body believes, your mouth follows. Speak slowly. That's power. Many learners rush their words. They feel insecure. They think fast equals fluent. But the truth is, powerful speakers speak slowly. I am learning English. I'm not perfect, but I'm improving every day. Let me explain it. One step at a time. This gives you time to think. It shows confidence. It builds clarity. Confidence is not the result of fluency. Confidence is the foundation of fluency. You don't need to speak perfectly. You need to speak bravely, because in the end, people don't remember your grammar. They remember your energy, your smile, your courage to speak, when others were still silent. So don't ask, is my English good enough? Ask, am I ready to believe in myself? Because once you do, nothing can stop you from becoming fluent. Tip 7. Build vocabulary naturally. Don't memorize, experience every word. Let's begin with a powerful truth. Fluent speakers don't know more words. They just know how to use the words they already have. Most English learners try to grow their vocabulary the wrong way. They write long lists of words with meanings. They try to memorize 20 new words a day. They write beautiful English words in notebooks, but forget them in real life. This method feels productive, but it's completely unnatural. Let me ask you, did you learn your first language by writing down meanings in a book? Did your mother say, "Today we will memorize 15 verbs and 5 adjectives"? Of course not. You learned by seeing, hearing, and using words. In real moments, with emotion, with experience. That's how your brain was designed to learn. And English should be no different. Step 1. Learn words in context, not in isolation. Here's what most learners do. Honest. They read the meaning. They repeat it. But when it's time to speak, they forget everything. Why? Because the brain doesn't remember single words. It remembers situations, emotions, and full sentences. Let me show you the right way. Instead of memorizing honest, learn. He's an honest man. He always tells the truth. I like people who are honest about their feelings. She gave me an honest answer, even though it hurt. Now you understand the word honest deeply. Not just the meaning, but the energy, usage, and emotion behind it. This is how fluent speakers think. And from today, you will too. Step 2. Connect new words to your real life. Don't just repeat the sentence you heard. Make your own version from your real world. Let's take the word hungry. Basic use. I'm hungry. Now make it real. I feel hungry at 5 p.m. every day. When I skip breakfast, I get really hungry. I'm not just hungry, I'm starving. These are not dictionary sentences. They're your experiences. And when English touches your life, it stays in your memory. Step 3. One word, many uses. Unlock the power of variations. Let's say you learn the word get. Now explore it. I get up at 7 a.m. I got your message. She's getting ready. Let's get something to eat. Did you get my point? This one word lives in 100 plus daily sentences. So instead of learning 100 new words, learn one word deeply and master all its uses. That's how you build real fluency. Fast. Step 4. Use visual vocabulary. Learn with images and emotions. Use images, videos, and real examples to understand words. Example. Don't learn sad equals, look at a sad face. Feel it. Imagine the moment. Then say, "She looks sad." Why are you sad? That movie made me really sad. When the word has a picture and a feeling, your brain remembers it forever. Step 5. Make a vocabulary diary. But use it differently. Every day, write down a new word. 3 personal example sentences using that word. One emotion you feel when saying that word. Example. Word. Excited. Sentence 1. I'm excited for my birthday. Sentence 2. Are you excited for the weekend? Sentence 3. She was excited to meet him. Feeling. Happy energy. Now read these every night before bed. You're not just memorizing. You're living vocabulary. Vocabulary is not something you collect. It's something you experience. So, from today, don't memorize. Use. Don't collect. Live. Even if you learn just one new word a day, but you use it in 5 real sentences. In 1 year, you'll have 365 powerful, living, fluent words. And that is more than most English speakers ever need. Now we move to something even deeper, something that keeps most people stuck for years. Tip 8. Stop translating. Start thinking in English. Train your brain step by step. This is where everything changes. Let me ask you a question. Are you still thinking in your native language and translating every sentence into English before you speak? If yes, you're not alone. Millions of learners do this. They speak like this. Native thought. Translate speak. But here's the problem. Translation takes time. It breaks your confidence. It creates grammar confusion. So what's the solution? You must train your brain to think in English directly. No middle step, no translation, just raw, natural thought. In English. Sounds impossible? It's not. Let me show you how to do it. Slowly, daily, and powerfully. Step 1. Start with simple everyday thoughts in English. Don't wait for big ideas. Start with the small things you do every day. For example, I am brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee. I have to go to work. It's raining outside. I'm feeling tired. You already think these thoughts every day. Just switch the language in your mind. Say it aloud if you can. Whisper it if you're in public. Even saying it in your head is training. Step 2. Use English to narrate your day. This is called self-narration. You go about your day, but describe everything in English like a story. For example, now I'm opening the fridge. I need some milk. This bread looks old. I'll make tea instead. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need to keep the flow going. This trains your brain to use English as your thinking language. From now on, think all those thoughts in English, even if they're private, emotional, or funny. Especially then. Because when English becomes your language of imagination, that's when fluency becomes natural. Your brain is not your enemy. It's just trained in another language. Now you must retrain it, with love, with time, with effort. Don't fight yourself. Just speak to yourself, in English, every single day. Because the day you stop translating is the day English becomes part of your soul. And on that day, you are no longer a learner. You are a speaker. Tip 9. Don't just practice. Make English your daily lifestyle. Let's start with a simple truth that will shock you. Fluent English speakers don't practice English all day. They simply live their life in English. This is the missing link between learners and speakers. Most learners treat English like a subject. They study for 1 hour, then forget it the rest of the day, and then wonder why nothing's improving. But real English fluency doesn't come from study time. It comes from your daily habits, your environment, your decisions, and your identity. If English only lives in your notebook, you'll never be fluent. But if it lives in your mind, your mouth, your morning, your movement, your mood, then fluency becomes automatic. Now let's break this transformation into powerful step-by-step actions. Step 1. Make English the language of your morning. When you wake up, don't check your phone in your native language. Open a short English quote. Say your first thoughts in English. For example, "Good morning. Today will be a great day. I'm grateful to be alive." Then as you brush your teeth, "I'm brushing. I feel sleepy, but I'm ready to start the day." This tiny shift, from native to English, starts building neural pathways. You're literally reprogramming your brain to think in English from the very first moment of your day. Step 2. Use English for everything small. Here's the biggest mistake learners make. They only use English for big things, lessons, writing, studying. But real fluency comes from the smallest things. Writing your to-do list in English. Setting your phone language to English. Talking to your pet or baby in English. Saying "I love you" or "thank you" in English at home. These moments may feel silly, but they are powerful micro-habits. Every time you use English in a real-world action, your brain says, "This is useful. Let me remember this." That's how fluency is built. Not with pressure, but with presence. Step 3. Use English while moving. Combine body and brain. When you walk, cook, clean, or travel, use English. Say, "I'm cutting the onions. This road is really busy." My feet hurt. I love the smell of garlic. Why does this work? Because your brain learns faster when you are physically active. It's called kinesthetic learning, and it works better than sitting with a textbook. When English becomes part of your body's movement, it becomes part of your memory. Step 4. Make English the language of your goals and dreams. This is the most emotional part. When you write your dreams, your plans, your future, do it in English. For example, one day I will travel the world. I want to speak English confidently with anyone. I will get a better job. I believe in myself. These are not just sentences. These are emotional anchors. They remind you why English matters. They connect the language with your identity and future self. This is what turns study into purpose. Step 5. Replace entertainment with English versions. Whatever you love, find it in English. Cooking? Watch English recipes. Comedy? Watch English stand-up. Music? Listen to slow English songs. Motivation? Listen to English speakers daily. Don't stop doing what you love. Just start doing it in English. You're not adding more time. You're just switching the language. And this one switch will slowly change everything. From today, stop treating English like something outside of your life. Bring it inside. Into your food, into your mirror, into your music, into your walks, into your dreams, into your pain, into your joy. Because once English becomes the language of your life, you will never need to practice again. You will just live. And that's when fluency becomes natural, permanent, and unstoppable. Now, we reach the final moment, the last and possibly the most powerful truth of all. It's the one that separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck forever. Let's go. Tip 10. Stay consistent. Even when you don't feel motivated. I know what you're thinking. Motivation? I already know this. But wait, this tip is not about motivation. It's about something far more important. Something real. Something that hurts. Something that builds you. Consistency. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt excited to start English, but quit after 3 days? Have you watched 50 YouTube videos, but still can't speak fluently? Have you made big plans and then lost your rhythm? That's not because you're lazy. That's because motivation is a liar. Motivation is a fire that burns bright for a few minutes and disappears. But consistency is the light that never goes out. Why consistency is more important than talent, speed, or intelligence. Here's the truth. A smart person who practices English once a week will always lose to a slow learner who practices 15 minutes every day. Because the brain doesn't care about speed. It cares about repetition. It cares about routine. That's how children learn languages. That's how athletes build muscle. That's how you will build fluency. Step 1. Create a fixed daily English ritual. Don't try to do everything. Do one thing, every day. Example, every morning speak 3 English sentences. Every night read 1 English story out loud. After lunch, write a short paragraph about your day. It should be small, it should be simple, but it must be non-negotiable. Rain or shine, busy or tired, you show up every single day. Step 2. Use a calendar. And never break the chain. Put a calendar on your wall. Every day you speak, read, write, listen, nod, or mark it with a check mark. After 3 days, you'll see a chain. After 10 days, a long chain. Your goal? Don't break the chain. Even if you're sick, do 1 minute. Even if you're tired, do something tiny. This builds a habit deeper than motivation. This builds discipline, and discipline is what makes fluency permanent. Step 3. Prepare for boring days. And still show up. Some days you'll be excited. Some days you'll be bored. Some days you'll want to quit. But here's the secret. Boring days are the days you grow the most. Anyone can learn when it's fun. But the person who learns when it's boring, that person becomes unstoppable. Even if you do something simple, a sentence, a page, a thought, you are building something inside you. You are proving to yourself, I don't need motivation, I have momentum. Step 4. Accept imperfection but never accept stopping. Some days your English will be broken. Some days you'll feel like a beginner again. That's okay. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is progress. Without stopping. Don't say, I missed 3 days. I'm a failure. Say, I missed 3 days. I'm starting again today. That's power. That's strength. That's real fluency. Step 5. Tie English to your identity. Say to yourself, I'm the kind of person who speaks English every day. English is not something I try, it's something I do. I may not be fluent yet, but I'm consistent. This is how you become the fluent speaker you dream of. By showing up, by staying loyal, by never letting go. Motivation will leave you. Confidence will rise and fall. But consistency, that's your anchor. So, from today, make this promise. Even on my worst day, I will still give my English 5 minutes. Even if I feel tired, lost, or broken, I will speak, I will listen, I will keep going. Because in the end, fluency doesn't come from brilliance. It comes from commitment. And the person who doesn't give up will always win. Now just take a moment, close your eyes, and imagine this. You walk into a room full of successful people. You're not afraid. You smile, you speak, and they listen. You explain your ideas in English, clearly, confidently, naturally. You're not translating. You're not guessing. You're not doubting yourself. You are simply free. Free to express your thoughts. Free to travel anywhere. Free to apply for better jobs, meet people from different countries, read powerful books, give interviews, share your story, and live the life that once felt impossible. That's the real power of English. It's not just a language. It's a passport to your dream life. Because the truth is, English opens doors that talent alone cannot. It connects you to global opportunities. It helps you rise in a world that often favors confidence over silence. And if you've come this far, you already have what it takes. Not because your English is perfect, but because you haven't quit. So from today, don't just watch another video and forget it. Do something. Anything. Speak one line, write one sentence, think one thought. In English. But do it every single day. Like your future depends on it. Because maybe, just maybe, it does. One day someone will ask you, how did you learn to speak English so well? And you'll smile and say, I started with one video, and I never stopped. If this video touched you, speak English today, even if you're scared, even if it's broken. Because the world doesn't need perfect English. The world needs your voice. Let this be the day you stop hiding it.